What's going on, pussies? I hope you didn't come in this video thinking I was gonna do a 2K simulation, because unlike you gamer nerds, I actually have a life and I'm not a complete fucking loser. But anyways, me and my wife's boyfriend were arguing about this earlier today, and then I thought, what an interesting video idea. What if we assemble the Avengers and pit them up against middle schoolers? But not just 5 middle schoolers, the 10 best middle schoolers. I'm saying this as if you can't read the fucking title, but whatever. Now, before we get into the meat and balls of the video, we first have to establish the 5 greatest NBA players of all time. Now, I think we can objectively say that Michael Jordan and LeBron James are definitely making it, but the rest are kinda debatable. So I'm just gonna give you 3 names that I think most people would agree or not be mad at. Like, you won't get shot for saying this in any hood, you know what I mean? Alright, so check me out. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Tim Duncan. I think that's pretty solid. I mean, if you disagree, just take that shit to your Twitter spaces, dude. We're not doing this right now. Like, bro, imagine going to your local barber shop to get a fresh cut, and your barber gets into a 1v5 heated debate on how Hal Greer should be top 5, and how these newer generations are cotton candy teddy bear soft. Like, hell nah, bro, you gotta get out of there. He might fuck your shit up to prove a point. But yeah, man, now that we've assembled the Avengers, let's check on the ops. Okay, so obviously we're gonna use the best middle schoolers available. Pause it, that sounded weird. And according to this piece of shit website right here, this is the list. Now keep in mind, this is middle school, so don't be surprised if half of these people turn out to be professional dry paint watchers. But allow me to give you a quick introduction to them one by one. Alright, so we have Jamal Knight Jr. Buddy looks around 5'10", he's a guard, and look, I don't really watch middle school basketball or high school basketball, so I wouldn't be able to tell you if this is normal or not, but what the fuck is this? What in the world? Why is this grown-ass man being guarded by a 6-year-old? Buddy just learned how to walk and coach said, bet, go guard their best player. Can we please get an ID check on these people? There's no way that they're the same age. I mean, shit, at that point, if you're the father, you just gotta go into the game and double him, bro. Don't let your son get violated like that. Next up we have Joel Kabuki. He's a 6'3" guard. Hugo Pohl, great fucking name, 6'8" wing. Jalen Mitchell is a 6'6" small forward. Gabriel Nesmith, or Nesmith, however the fuck you say this shit, 6'5" guard. Patrick Oti, 6'4" shooting guard. Ryan Hampton, thought this nigga was in the NBA already, 6'6" point guard. Lincoln Cosby, careful around this nigga, 6'7" small forward. Paul Osagoyi, 6'8" power forward. And last but not least, we got KS Babatunde Oladotun, 6'7" guard. Now I'm gonna be completely honest, it's not looking good for them because most of these people are built like twigs, but it's 10 of them, so hopefully they can come up with something. And by them I mean me, because I'm gonna be their coach. So the first thing that comes to mind is the size disparity, because this team has more guards than the fucking queen when she was still alive, rest in peace. And if this was a regular 5v5 basketball game, they would be getting cooked. So they need to use their numbers advantage, and I'm talking about triple teaming the ball handler. That would probably be Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson. And if tripling doesn't work, quadruple team them. Send 5. You need to create a whole task force dedicated to the ball handler. Make it as difficult as possible to pass, especially to Kareem. Now the Avengers can counter this by just playing motion offense, but the thing with having 10 people on the fucking court, any counter that they have, you can counter that shit with your own counter. You can have 5 dudes playing zone and then the other 5 dudes just playing man-to-man defense or something along those lines. As long as the paint is well protected and Kareem can't even get the fucking ball or can't get to his moves properly, I don't know how the Avengers can score. I mean, sure, Tim Duncan is big as shit, but they can't even fucking dribble. So anything they do would have to come off a catch and shoot, basically. Now I know what you're thinking, why don't the Avengers just sub in Karl Malone? I mean, he's great at penetrating underage defenses, but he would go crazy this game. But regardless on how devastating of a move that would be, he's not really top 5 material, is he? Now call me a piece of shit all you want, but I'm not a clickbaiter. It's the 5 greatest against middle schoolers. That's why we're not talking about people like Shaq and Kobe and Steph. But to quickly go over those 3, Steph Curry would be useless to you. He would just be out there doing elite cardio. Kobe would be on the same boat as Michael Jordan. You know, since they can't dribble, they would just be a spot up shooter shooter, and they would have to shoot that bitch like there's 0.3 seconds on the clock. Now Shaq would actually be effective assuming he could get the ball. It would just be a matter of can he dunk it quickly enough, but he's not top 5, so it doesn't matter. But moving on over to the other side of the ball, I think the dream team would actually do just fine on defense. Okay, maybe not fine, but you definitely wouldn't think they're paying homage to Mia Khalifa with the successful penetrations allowed. If they could bust out a 2-3 zone, they would be able to get pretty decent contests on anybody, and everybody would be getting packed up in the paint as long as Kareem and Tim Duncan are there. So for the middle schoolers, it's just a matter of making your mid-range shots, because that's the shot that's gonna be available to you most of the time, and make it tough on Tim Duncan and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to rebound. I mean, you're not stopping them, but make it interesting. And yeah, that's it. Let me go ahead and grade these teams real quick. So starting off with the Avengers, I mean, they can't even fucking dribble, for fuck's sake. All their points are coming off catch and shoots, free throws, and lucky ass shit. So I'm giving their offense a whopping 65 overall. Now their defense still works, which is very impressive considering the fact that they're getting jumped, but they're still giving up quality looks. So I'm giving their defense a solid 85 overall. Now moving on over to the other team. Defensively, I mean, you can't do shit against them. So let's cut a long story short and give them a 95. Offensively, they're pretty clunky because, you know, the spacing is just terrible. The offensive scheme for this team is something along the lines of screen the screener that's setting a screen for the screener that's setting a screen to the screener that's setting a screen to the original screener so they can get a pick and roll or some shit. But fuck the roll, just pull up for a mid-range. I'm giving their offense a 88 overall. And if you happen to be slow, that means the middle schoolers win this matchup. Please unball your fists, sir. You're scaring my other 2 viewers. But anyways, who do you think wins this matchup? Do you think I'm a piece of shit? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to like the video if you like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I know you know because you're a piece of shit, and yeah. Bye bye.
I pull up at your crib, so I hope you got a bib. I do not smoke with cigs, but I got 11 kids. The girl look hella big, but yeah, she could get the pipe.
This is garbage.
I know they do not like me because they know it is right. I know I gotta fight these niggas.